All right, what is up? Welcome to the Morning Wood, presented by PropFinder. Man, me and McBetch just did keeping it 1,000. Just got recorded. I gotta be honest, unbelievable stuff. We're gonna hit PropFinder. We got 2 Monday Night Football games, and we have 1 MLB game. So that's enough for us to kind of get loose. I don't know how many home runs we're gonna find. I'd hate doing playoff home runs. Hate it. But at the same time, what if there is something? So we got to check that out. What's up, Shalir? What's up, Mark? Brando. Yeah, dude, Brando, we're right back in. Money Mike's in here. Juan's here. Let's go. THCXO. It's time. All right. Anybody hit anything yesterday? If you did, tell me in the chat. I did not have a great day, but it kind of was great whenever you consider that I was down 2 units going into 4 o'clock, came back with a vengeance, ended up going up for the day because of Kendrick Bourne and Jameson Williams. Dude, the live bets using PropFinder kind of works a lot. Charlotta, you hit Callan Springer? Nice. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't been doing that. Yeah, that was I mean, there was a I think a quarter unit SGP that I did for Sports Betting Dime that missed later on for the night game. So I'm not sure. I think that put me down for the day, but like $1 or $2. You know what I mean? Nothing crazy. Could have been horrible. I started to go after Calvin Ridley, and then I just didn't get him before the game started because it started at 4:05. I thought it started at 4:25. He pulled a hamstring and got hurt. So thank God I missed that. That would have been tough. Anyways, if you don't have PropFinder, that's what you're looking at on your screen right now. It's huge. There's a link in the description. Promo code Slop. I think everyone should actually have it. Charlotte, is there 2 MLBs tonight? Yeah, there might be both of them. I don't know. Well, I guess you can't stagger them. But yeah, so we got two baseball games. Sorry, 2 baseball, 2 football. Nice. I got the projections. What's Savage's strikeouts? That might be worth a thought. Ooh, we got a 5 o'clock. We don't know who's pitching for the Brewers. How is that possible? Live bets. So once a team, here's a good example, Owen. Yesterday, the Titans get the ball first. I think they get the ball first. I try to stay away from those. I just like the full game passing yards, right? So I was like, you know what? Cam Ward, that team should get behind. They shouldn't be able to run on the Raiders, and he should get to 190 yards passing. Or you could, since you think it's coming in the second half, you can just watch the first drive. They tried to run it, I think, 3 times and then had to punt. His number went down to like 170 something. Raiders scored. So now they are chasing points. You have the game script you want, but you also have a much lower number that he has to get over. So I'm going to try that. What's up, Brando? I'm going to try that for the rest of my life. Because a lot of the guys I'm taking for passing yards, I'm taking them because I think the team is going to get behind. So sometimes that doesn't happen, and now you're stuck. But other times, like, what's better? Like having the guy to go over a shorter number, and you're in the game script you want. It's like the books value time in a way that they really shouldn't, because their thinking is there's less time for him to do this. And it's like, yeah, but he was never going to do it. Early in the game. It was always going to be because they got behind passing yards. Does that make sense to everybody? So that's what we're going to try and do tonight. It's just the problem is both teams give up the run. So in the first game, I don't think it's a great idea. Second game. Maybe wait till the Bears get behind, and we could take Caleb. Because I think the Bears they're impossible to take a quarterback against just because they give up the run so much that if a team wants to, they can just run the ball right down their throat, and the running back's gonna steal all the yards. So, anyways, that'll be something to look forward to. Brando's chilling at work. Yeah, it is what it is. Matthew Riley, I love where your head's at, dude. All right, first, let's start looking at the Blue Jays Mariners. We'll grab both of those games and get those, I'm not going to say out of the way, but you know what I mean. Again, we're going to sort right here by last 15. That's the way. And then we'll go, let's look at Springer first. So Gilbert, we're probably looking for a righty. Obviously, could be a lefty, 1.2 per 9 to lefties, 1.5. And yeah, so Springer, wow. He hits this guy well. 4 for 15. 3 of those hits were extra base hits, so that's good. We got what we want here, 94 for last 15 exit velocity, 33% barrel. So there's that. How's his batting logs look? Very good. Just homered last night. Charlotta, you had him, huh? That's awesome. What was his price? Looks like he's 404 today. That ain't bad. It's the fastball he's going to hit. Slider he hits well. Yeah, I mean, I guess we got to give a heart to Springer. I don't know how we don't do that. Matthew Riley, I'd take Barry right now if I could. Get another righty. Where's Vlad? All right, so he's got 4 hits off, or 4 extra base hits, 6 hits total. Against this pitch makes 97 miles per hour. Not barreling it, but damn, nice work, Devin. Two guys, same game. That's awesome, bro. Yeah, that might make sense. Get the kids cooking up bangers. What about Suarez? All right, yeah, if you don't have PropFinder, this is what it is. All you do is you go to the cheat sheets, and this is the cheat sheet, all right? So it has the pitcher and then all the batters, right? So the pitcher stuff's up here, batter stuff down here. You just click on the guy's name. You can see what he's done against this guy, which Suarez has never seen him. Savage. And then it showed like Trey throws a slider and a fastball to right-hand batters, basically. Those are split at 15% of the time, but you would kind of want to think about the slider and the fastball. So does anyone hit the slider and the fastball? Suarez hits it pretty good. I mean, 23 home runs off of those 2 pitches from righties is pretty good. 461 ISO on that slider. So I don't know how long this guy's going to be in the game, but I think Suarez warrants a heart. Some consideration. What's the price on him? 420. That's kind of wow. That's crazy. I think it's Suarez, Uncle Gino. I mean, this guy hasn't given up a home run in 14 innings, but it's only been 14 innings. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that we should be that afraid of that. Kirk might be smacking the ball. Yeah. Yeah, so grab Kirk. Plus 670. He's seen Logan Gilbert 12 times, 2 doubles off of him. Kind of hits the fastball. No, so he's only 95 miles per hour EV. That's good. 13% barrel. I mean, we can kind of get behind that. I mean, it's not great, but yeah. I mean, it's been about a week since he's hit a ball 100 miles an hour. Always in play though. Yeah, he had a couple home runs in that Yankee series, and then he's kind of MIA since then. But yeah, if you want to chase that, you're probably looking at Springer, Varsho, maybe 1 for 5. But this is all you're going through. All right, so slider and four seamer is what you care about. I guess splitter, kind of. I mean, if they hit all three, like that, which Varsho does, yeah, I think Springer. I mean, Varsho is definitely a possibility. I mean, his ISO is 316 against the slider, 264 against the fastball, 727 against the splitter. He could see a splitter tonight. So if that happens, I mean, I don't see why not. All right, we'll go to the other game. Dodgers Brewers. We can only really look at one side of it, just because it doesn't. Who's pitching for the Brewers? Do we know? Like, it's a playoff game, so how do we not know? You know what I mean? Like, wouldn't that be like? How do you not know who's pitching? I wonder where we can pull this data from. Yeah, it just doesn't have it listed on the score app either. All right, so yeah, to be determined. All right, so now we just go to the Brewers. Again, I like to sort by last 15. It's Blake Snell. He's given up 3 home runs in 61 innings pitched. So you're probably looking for a bullpen guy. And what I mean by that, see how it says versus LA Dodgers BP? That's their bullpen. We don't know who these guys are going to be coming out of the bullpen, but whatever. It's fine. Contreras, he's got a double off this guy before. Bullpen's got 1 home run. What's up, Three Kings? I'll show the hearts in just a second. It won't be long. I'm not taking any Brewers. Sorry, I'm not. I mean, to go against Blake Snell, sure, he's given up 3 home runs, so it's probably going to be to a righty, but he's given up 3 home runs in 60 innings is like just elite. Hard hit's not great. Fly ball's not great for hitters, so it's tough. I mean, yeah, but we don't know who's pitching, Matthew. Like, if we knew who was pitching, it might be a little easier, but like possibly Mookie. I mean, he's hitting the ball hard. I mean, what's Otani's number? 270. I mean, he's smashing the ball as usual. He almost got Suarez. That stunk. I think we just automatically give a heart to Otani. Who's going to be the what we post on Twitter? Should we post Suarez? Yeah. There we go. Suarez will be the one we post. Yeah, 270 is good. I mean, but like again, we have no idea who's pitching. That's the part that. Yeah, I know we gotta get the people mad, Riley. I'd say Uncle Gino is the one we post. Springer is in play. So for baseball tonight, those are the four guys that I think are definitely in play: Springer, Suarez, Varsho, Otani. Again, if you don't have PropFinder, this is the best app for research, like the best. It just doesn't get better. Right now, like we're gonna get NBA up here soon, but NHL, college football, NFL, and Major League Baseball, and they go in depth on everything. We'll go right now to the cheat sheets on the NFL side. 2 games. Spoiler alert: I've been looking at this all morning, and it's kind of brutal for us pass guys. The Falcons' pass defense is very good. They've literally shut down everybody, but you can run on them. And I think they're going to get a motivated Bills team. Like after that loss last week, very motivated. I don't think they're going to turn the ball over a ton, and the Bills can run the ball. So NBA starts super soon. I'm not sure when, but yeah, it's October. It's middle of October. So yeah, they're coming. Action every night. But yeah, excuse me. If you don't have PropFinder, grab it. Link in the description. Promo code Slop. It's dirt cheap, and like I said, it gives you every sport. It filters out the noise too. Like, check this out. All right, so Bijan Robinson tonight. Here's a good example: rushing yards. So you click on rushing yards up here. They'll give you a line chart for every single like statistical category. They might boat race him. But yeah, so anytime touchdown, rushing attempts, rushing yards. I'm focused on rushing yards tonight for them. 54% of his runs are outside zone concept, right? They give up 5.5 yards a carry on that, the Bills, so far this season. That feels like a problem. Duos, 23% of the time, they're giving up 6 yards a carry on those. So I mean, that's, what is that, 78% of his runs? The other team's allowing 5.5 yards a carry. So I think they'll be able to hang. I don't know how much we're throwing the ball, but when you go, and then now the other thing that's huge to look at is what other running backs did. So the Patriots against the Bills only ran the ball. I mean, between 3 guys, they ran it 19 times. 3 running backs. Drake May did run some too, but he's not a running back, so that's why it's not there. The Saints, Kendre Miller and Alvin Kamara, 26 carries. They went for 135 yards. Bijan and Algier will be around, but I mean, I think he gets close to 20 carries. If he got 20 carries tonight against this defense, I don't know how on earth he doesn't go for at least 70 yards. So that's my favorite move for this one. But again, like they have, if you want receptions, check this out. Coverage. Get coverage. This stuff won't be out until Wednesday, the top one. But man, all right, zone and man are the two kind of concepts that you're working with in pass defense. Against zone, like when it comes to 1 high, 2 high, that can change week to week. I mean, this is going to tell you what has already been played, which is great to know. But cover 3, cover 4, like I think that changes week to week a lot. But a lot of times they're playing a lot of zone. He's caught 16 balls against zone in 83 routes. So that's not bad, but that's way more than in man. They're looking for him to sit in zone. So that tells you a little story there is they will target him in zone. First read, 24% of the time. So they're looking for him in zone. That's kind of crazy that he's the first read. So again, if you want to go receptions, if you think the Falcons do get behind, You can take receptions. The only problem is his receptions is like 4.5. That's a lot, man, for a running back. So keep that in mind. I think the rushing yards are fine. I think he could, if he's going to go over 100, it could be tonight. And then on the other side, James Cook is definitely worth looking at. For one, we'll put it on rushing yards, but for one, they are very good against the pass, just very good. So I think the Bills get back to what their identity is. They want to run the ball, and I think they can against the Falcons. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, 47 yards on 7 carries. Chris Rodriguez, 59 yards on 7 carries. James Cook could carry the ball 20 times tonight. We've seen him gone against the Saints, who are a good run defense. They're better than the Falcons. 117 rushing yards, 108 against Miami, 132 against the Jets. The only time he's really struggled is Baltimore's run defense. He only carried the ball 13 times that night. That game kind of got out of hand, if you remember that. Last week, they trailed, and he only carried the ball 15 times. But the Patriots are another really good run defense. So the idea that he was going to run all over him, we would have never been on that anyways. So I can definitely see, a world where this guy 80, 90 yards would be kind of like the floor. Like I don't really think that this is going to be a problem. I mean, 100 plus is definitely in play. If you want to do like a weird, like if you have a no sweat token, 100 plus for Bijan, 100 plus for Cook, that kind of feels right. But I think he's definitely going over his rushing yard total. Hubbard went 73, 30, 34. Dowdle, that was 27 carries between the two. Like I said, like this guy doesn't really have another guy like to kind of deal with. You know what I mean? Like there are other running backs, obviously, but he is the guy. I think they get right back to what they want to do, which is run the ball right down these guys' throat. I don't think it's going to be like the next game. You'll see, because we don't have like the Bears' bad defense, but it'll be good enough. I think they can hang on to the ball. I think it's kind of going to be not a boring game, but not the most exciting, all these plays down the field. Now, I think Bijan breaks one, definitely. And then in this game, we don't know if Rodriguez is going to play for the Commanders, but when you look at the Bears defense, if you look just here, you kind of want to figure it out. Like, where do we want to attack? A lot of green there. They have the worst run defense in the NFL in terms of yards per carry. 6 yards a carry they allow. Like you run the ball twice against them, you get a first down. So you could look at Jalen Daniels running, definitely Matthew. But Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, if Rodriguez doesn't play, we just saw what he did with 14 carries against the Chargers. I'd say the Chargers are just about as bad as the Bears. So that's comparing apples to apples. Doesn't run a ton of outside zone, a lot of inside zone, but 16 yards a carry, that's obviously that's based on one run, so small sample size. But outside zone against the Bears, they're giving up 7 yards a carry. The duo blocks, 4.8. I mean, this is not a good run defense. Not a good run defense at all. Yep, McBetts is on him for anytime touchdown one, so that's definitely worth a look. But I mean, the idea that this guy doesn't go for 64.5 rushing yards feels kind of ridiculous. I don't know. Yeah, I think that's an exchange. That's Profit X. He's 67.5 at the books, minus 113. I'm kind of basing this on the fact that Ashton Genty, they thought he was a bust literally before he played the Bears. Then he played the Bears and went for $138, and you start to realize, like, oh, bad defense, guy does well. If Rodriguez doesn't play, Merritt's probably in line for 15 plus carries. So if that were, and he should have success. So, I mean, we need him to break one, but man, that kid looks fantastic. Jalen Daniels being back there only helps him. So if we're looking at, what side are we going here? I don't know that I would take Daniels rush yards, even though obviously he can get it. Like, obviously. Other quarterbacks really haven't had to do much in terms of running against them. I mean, JJ got 25. Just because you can run with the back, so why would you put your quarterback at risk? That's the side I'm going with there. I don't see anything else from the Commanders' side. I think you have to run the ball. But if they do get ahead, you can start to look for Caleb Williams attempts or completions. I think those are great live stats. The only issue I see with his completions are a lot of zone this team plays. He's only completing 61% of his passes against zone. You want a little bit higher than that, and he's just better against man, which is just weird. Like you would think guys sitting down in zone are a lot easier to hit, but not for this guy for whatever reason. But he's right at this 19.5 number. You can see the bar graph here, 19 completions against Detroit. I mean, so he was one off. So literally every game this season, this guy's doing that basically. Michael Penix completed 20 passes, Herbert 22, Geno had 19, Love had 19. I don't know. I just feel like this is probably the way they're going to have to attack is through the air. So, yeah, I don't mind the rushing yards for him either. I'm just thinking from a game script theory, we just kind of go and take Caleb's passing. So completions, maybe passing yards. I mean, 230.5 feels a little bit high. But again, once this game starts, once Washington goes up, that's when we can jump on Caleb at that point. We just got to hope that he hasn't passed for a ton of yards yet, because that'll kind of skew it for us. That'll make the number end up being higher. We want to be able to take a lower number in a better game script. Or I'm sorry, in a more defined game script. Right now, there is no defined game script because the game hasn't started yet. Receiver-wise, though, watch for Rome, but Luther Burden is somebody that's kind of coming up. 15.5 receiving yards. That's ridiculously low. They play a ton of zone. Everything he's done has been against zone. So he's not on the field enough, but at the same time, enough for me. What's DJ Moore? He feels like another zone guy. I feel like Rome might be their man guy. DJ might be their zone. I'm not sure if Debo's going to play, so we don't know. But I don't know. That's going to do it for right now, though. Again, this is PropFinder. There are a million things you can do on this app, research-wise. Everything you need is here. You don't have to go get advanced stats from everywhere else. They're pulling in advanced stats from places. So at the price, it's $15 a month. At that price, with promo code Slop, it's like $10 a month. It's crazy because, again, it saves you money because I'm not even going to use some of the apps that I use for baseball ever again, just because I can just use this. It just cuts all that down, and then it cuts the time that you research. We just went through both games and found multiple moves in like 30 minutes. So feels good to me. I don't know. If you don't have it, check it out. If you have any questions, you can always DM me on Twitter. I'll answer all of them. So just hit me there. I can help you out. But this is the best app there is. You click on the guy's name, you get all kinds of stuff. All kinds of stuff. So check it out. All right, guys, I'll be back tomorrow. We'll do the same thing again. It'll probably just be MLB. Maybe we'll look ahead at some of the football games for the weekend. But join me there. Subscribe to this channel. Get the notifications on. You don't want to miss it. I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.